hanging out in my backyard while my 6 chickens get some grazing time in. And I sit around and consider making some hard decisions. Uh, Benny, over here, this scraggly little one, for anyone who hasn't been following along in the shorts that I've been making, a while ago she got broody and really wanted to hatch some eggs. But I'm in the city and we're not allowed to have any roosters, so hens it is, and there's no chance at all that any eggs were going to hatch. So, um, you know, we, she was putting a lot of stress on her body for no reason. And it took a little while for us to start trying more things to break her of her brood. Like I was collecting the eggs fairly quickly every day, trying to, I would take her out of the coop, put her on the ground in the enclosure, you know, put her right in front of the water bucket in the food, make sure she was getting what she needed. And then eventually that led to setting up this little isolation cage in the yard where she didn't have any nice cozy spots to try and hunker down and sit on nothing. Um, and eventually, after a bit over 3 weeks, her brood broke. But by that time, she had kind of removed herself from the flock dynamics. And so the other girls were starting to pick on her. And between just the stress on her body and the time of year, or stress on her body from brooding, the time of year, and the stress from the other ones picking on her, she started molting, which certainly didn't help the bullying situation because now the rest of the girls were like, this one looks weak. Intruder, we don't remember you. Also, you look weak. You're going to attract predators. And then, oh, good morning, Eva. And so they've been picking on her. So now we've had this, little isolation thing. And, she's been super skittish and had her there. And then been trying a few different ways of reintegrating her, and this grazing time is one of them. So early this morning, things seemed to be okay. I had isolated the biggest bullies yesterday and then reintroduced them into the coop after dark at nighttime when they were all sleepy, and figured, we'll get them. They'll wake up together. They'll remember they're all one big dino little family. And things seemed okay this morning, but I was out running errands, and then my husband said things were escalating over the course of the morning to the point where like 2 or 3 of them were like cornering her and like essentially like mounting her and pecking at her, and she's lost a couple of her nice new feathers now. It's a couple little hurt spots on her wings, so he just took her out and put her in the cage, to get her away from things. And like, it's not helping that she's so skittish at this point that she's not interacting with any of them at all. She spooks even when the nice ones get close, so now she's acting like a weak prey item that is not good for flock dynamics, so now they're ganging up on her more. So we're gonna try, while they're out and grazing, I'm gonna clear some of the ground, take out some of the built up wood chips and soil and stuff and throw that in the compost pile, and move the cage to a spot probably underneath the coop is where there's really only room for it, and see about having her in there. That's going to be sort of more in with the coop, but also safe, gonna give that a try and still and then, closely monitor daily grazing and see how the dynamics are shaking out that way. But if this doesn't work out, I think we're gonna have to make a hard decision on rehoming, because at this point it's at least two, maybe three of the other ones that are being the bullies, and so there's just the one being bullied. I don't know what's going to be best for her, because just trying to rehome her, if she's so skittish, she's probably going to have the same kind of flock issues wherever she moves to, because they're going to view her as a skittish little weak thing that's going to attract predators and kind of have the same issues wherever she moves to. And then, or if I get rid of the bullies, then that's like half my flock. I only have 6. I like having more chickens than not. So hopefully this thing that we're going to try is going to work out, where having the cage in with the rest of the enclosure is going to help. Chickens, am I right? But in the meantime, they're just being calm and doing their own thing and grazing, so I will just enjoy the ambiance of these little things scratching around and looking for bugs and eating grass and eating weeds, and just enjoy my time with them. Oh my goodness, Duchess, leave her alone. I have the hose. I'm not afraid to use it. I will squirt you. Don't think I won't. Hey, Georgie. Every once in a while, I'll look at my yard and think, I should maybe take the weed whacker or actually mow it, something like that. But then, why deprive these fluffy little dinosaurs of their joy? They can do the work for me. Sure, they won't do as clean of a job. But there, yeah. Slow motion, chirpy little weed whacking. Thanks, guess what? Appreciate you. Although, if you're trying to take a shortcut to the nesting boxes, it's not going to work. There's a fence in the way, my love. You got to go around. Yeah, there you go. You got to go around. That's where the door is. Buck, 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 buck to you too. Yeah, there you go. That's how you go in. You go around and then in the door. You can't go through the wall behind the garden bed. That is not going to work out for you. Hello, Duchess. Is that good grass? Nice, yummy dandelions. Hey. I know Penny's back there. You better not be making any attack plans. Little jerks. That's right, I'm talking about you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, where's the other ones up? Got a few in their enclosure. Digging and scratching around. Hi, Duchess. Hey there, chicken butt. And hi there, guess what? What's up, Georgie? Hmm? How's things? Oh, what'd you find over there? And there's Benny all the way back there, keeping herself separate from everyone else. I mean, she's not getting hurt right now, so, you know, that's a good thing, but if you completely remove yourself from the flock dynamics, you can't really be surprised when they pick on you about it. That's just, that's how chickens work, my love. You should know, you are one. So yeah, that's a nice, large or extra large dog crate. That'll be an adventure cramming that underneath there. Are you girls digging up my asparagus? Leave some for me for next spring, huh? Here's a chicken. Get that chicken butt. And some more close by right here. Hello, ladies. Hey, Duchess, and who is that? Hard to tell from this angle. Duchess and friend, accomplice. Oh, Georgie. Duchess and Georgie. Hello there. Find some good bugs in the dirt under the bike I never ride. There's Benny. And there's two coming around the corner. Let's see. That's right. Leave her alone, Priscilla. And you, stand up for yourself. Off she goes. You two. I'm watching you. Yeah? What do you got to say for yourself, Priscilla? Hmm? What do you have to say for yourself? You say, these sure are some yummy plants. Ooh, look, a bug. Here's some good scratching over here. What'd you find? No. Oh, thank you. Mind spreading that around a little bit so it feeds more of the lawn than just that one little spot? You want to scratch that around for me? That'd be great. Oh, good enough. Hi, Benny. Hi, honey. We're going to be moving your cage soon. Hopefully the new spot will work out. What you doing over here, huh? Kicking my table? Gonna knock over my coffee? Please don't. I need that caffeine. How you doing, Benny? Okay, that is weird. I just noticed on my other phone that some chats showed up there, but on my phone, you know, controlling this live, I'm not seeing people, I'm not seeing what people are saying. So, I'm sorry that I missed so many messages. Hello, thank you for all your input, and yes, we'll be setting the thing up. And thank you, I do love my boots. My boots are great. Chickeny boots for chickeny activities. Yes. Hello. Hello, Priscilla. Stop it. That's right. I got a hose. I'm not afraid to use it. Y'all be nice. I'm watching you. All right. Well, I gotta start clearing a spot for the cage inside the enclosure, so I'm gonna close out this live for now. Thanks everybody who joined in and kept me company while I was just enjoying being around my girls. I hope everybody has a good day. And yes, if anybody has any suggestions on um, reintegrating my little one or, discouraging bullying, I'd be interested in hearing what you have to say in the comments. Thanks, everybody. Toodles.